Hey guys, what's up? We're back with some more reactions after dark, and we are, of course, going to be watching the strangest celebrity conspiracy theories by Opiuhm. This is her newest video, literally came out a day ago. Though I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you cannot, yeah, it's off camera. But yeah, came out a day ago. It's always weird to react to something so quickly, but I feel like that's just normal uh, for some people, slash just the reaction stuff in general. So here we are. Of course, last time, what was it? It was the one where the Instagram model, quote unquote, uh, got incredibly high off of narcotics. Pink Panthers were referring to it, and caused a car accident, killed a couple people, and then just like laid down in the middle of the road. I don't know if she actually if she's actually in jail right now. Cause it seemed like they were still doing trial stuff at the end of that video, but that was like 7 months ago or something. So I would assume she's in jail now. But yeah, we're just gonna see what is going on here. Some of these I probably know, but haven't heard of in like forever, since I just have not cared about celebrities for like, I don't know, 20 years seems like a bit long, so like 10 years ago, 15 probably more accurately. I haven't really been too preoccupied with them, so who knows if I'm going to know any of these. But let's just see what it ends up turning into. I think, do we have Avril Lavigne here at the beginning? Because obviously when I play the video, you see it for a few seconds. So who is this at the beginning?
There's a conspiracy
I don't know if that's her or not. Maybe that's Avril Lavigne. I feel like, is she the clone one? The one that says has been replaced?
theory that I'm not me.
Okay, so it is a clone one.
Why you believe this sort of negative energy was coming from Beyonce.
So I love them. I'd send emails, publicly, happy birthday and all this stuff. And the entire time, this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships, just all kinds of things.
Who was that? I mean, the person talking, who is that? Are we supposed to know who that is?
Warning. This video is for
What is with the analog horror voice? Busting out the, what is it called? The Mandela catalog voice out of nowhere.
entertainment purposes only. All theories spoken about should not be taken as fact.
Also, it's only in the left ear, if you have stereo on.
Nor do they represent the views of the creator. Some themes discussed may be disturbing to some individuals. Viewer discretion is advised.
By the way, I love these like analog horror voices, like, love them. I love these, like, what are they called? Public broadcast announcement voices? Is that what it is?
The early 2000s were certainly a distinctive era.
Okay, weird. Censoring her. Way less censored than the last time we saw her face. Censored? Question mark? I think in the part 2, she showed up right, and you couldn't see anything. But this is like way more it's still censored, but like uncensored.
To say the least. Marked by baggy pants, wallet chains, and those little cassette McDonald's toys that I always wanted but never got.
Just busting out the old like goth dance video there in the middle. Yeah, Avril Lavigne is the first one on this list. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember the whole clone thing with her, but I'm not sure. Not to like any extent. Just like, oh yeah, she's a clone. But it's like most celebrities, like yeah, celebrities got clones. Like Dave Chappelle, didn't they say Dave Chappelle is not real or he got clones? Like anybody who like steps out of line, they just kill and then replace with a clone that's toes the line better or something like that. I don't know. Hello? Copyright?
The
Copyright?
soundtrack to all of this was the undeniable reign of pop punk princess Avril Lavigne. But what if I told you that the Avril you see today isn't the same girl who crashed onto the scene way back in 2002?
Now, I feel like in the early 2000s, cloning was a big deal. And, like, thinking about cloning humans, like, I don't know. It was so confusing because, like, I was a child's preteen teen around this time. So it was kind of hard to keep up the news with this stuff, but, like, cloning was, like, heavily talked about, like, scientifically, not just conspiracy stuff. Like, they were talking about this stuff on the news. And, like, I don't know if we actually cloned a human at that point, because they were cloning, like, the sheep, right? You know, the infamous, like, black sheep or whatever. And even recently, we've, created those new dire wolves, but not really. I don't know if that really counts as cloning, but I swear they cloned a dude. That's how, like, muddied the water is from back in the early 2000s, that I could have sworn they cloned a guy, but then he, like, maybe died early because he's a clone. I don't know, like in his 30s or something. And it was like, oh, that was just common knowledge. But I'm going to assume if I look up, did we clone a guy in the early 2000s, they're going to be like, there is no evidence that supports this has that happens. But that's just, again, that's just how confusing the news was back then. Like, maybe they wanted to clone this guy, but they couldn't get the rights to. And of course, it's like, I'm pretty sure it's considered illegal to clone a human. So that's also a problem as well. This is also right next to stem cell research. Like, stem cell research and cloning were like boogeymen. They're constantly talking about they're constantly being talked about by mainstream media in the early 2000s. From what I remember, like, it was like very high, like, fear mongering about stem cell research and cloning. The replacement theory. The replacement theory is basically like all celebrities, not just Avril, I feel like. But let me just look that up. Not the replacement theory, but did they actually clone a dude? Okay, here's the search result. Typically, I just talk about the search result, but we'll actually show you the thing here. They said they cloned a woman. So I could have sworn there was also, like, a guy. Like, I can almost see the guy in my mind. Like, it was a white guy with glasses. Like, I can still see the image of him on the TV. That's how clear it was from back then. Dude in glasses, I think. Like, maybe. White dude in glasses. Eve, though, apparently as well. That sounds familiar, too, that they said they cloned someone called Eve. Or they maybe named her Eve, because, I mean, obviously that makes sense. Adam and Eve. But Dolly was the sheep I was talking about, that they actually did clone back then. That was in 96. But yeah, like, this was, like, heavily talked about. So 2000s, 2002. Obviously, again, it's inhumane. I'm actually going to get into something else. Let me just cut back to the video, though. Which, if you did not know, I'm pretty sure there is a company. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what you would refer to this as. But they clone your animal when it dies, so you can keep them with you forever. And, like, you can just, like, okay, here's the animal that I have now, and they'll take, like, the DNA or whatever, and they'll just keep cloning it over and over again. Like, I feel like they say they're not doing that, but they are doing it. Like, it's confusing, but I'm pretty sure there was a company, like, this was, like, discussed about, like, a few years ago. There's a company that will clone your pets, and then give you a new one when it dies. Or if something happens to it, okay, here's your new pet. Literally the same guy, over and over again, possibly for the rest of your life. Of course, there's, like, weird, of course, humane problems with that if you want to go there, but I'm pretty sure that is a thing, which I, again, might as well look that up. Yeah, they're called Viagen Pets and something else. They will clone dogs, cats, and horses, which that seems not okay. Like cats and dogs, sure, but horses go into racing, and racing is gambling. So if you have a premier horse, like the best horse that's ever been bred, and you just keep cloning it over and over again, doesn't that just mean you have infinite money? I mean, things can change, variables can happen, but I feel like there is a bit of, I don't know what you would like refer to it as, just a bit of evil. I mean, you can argue that the cloning in general is evil, but a bit of like extra evil with like literally cloning horses, because like, oh yeah, maybe you just like owning horses, like taking care of them, riding them for fun, but again, there is the horse racing. So it just feels like you're just going to get the best horse you can and then clone it over and over again. Also, it costs 50 grand, $50,000 to clone a dog, and 35,000 to clone a cat. I don't know why cats are less. Maybe it's easier. I don't know why it would be easier, but yeah, it does exist. So if you're rich and you want to keep your pet forever, you can just keep cloning them. That is apparently a thing in current time. So if you did not know that, and you didn't think we were in that kind of future, that's been around for a while. You can have your pet clones over and over again, I'm assuming. And this is this is old news at this point, so don't think this is new. It's like several years old. I don't know how old, I didn't look that up, but it's probably like older than you think, so we just are in that kind of future.
The origins of this theory are largely traced back to a Brazilian fan blog named Avril Está Morta, meaning Avril is dead.
I'm guessing we translated this because it says Avril is dead in English,
which emerged in 2011, though some suggest this rumour might have circulated as early as 2005. The core claim of this theory alleges that the real Avril tragically died by suicide in 2003, shortly after the release of her debut album. This grim end was supposedly brought on by the immense pressures of her newfound fame and the death of her grandfather, which, the theory claims, sent her into a deep depression. This is where the mysterious Melissa Vandella enters the narrative.
no clue who that is.
According to some, a lookalike named Melissa was initially hired to distract the paparazzi.
Are we just saying that's just Avril? Are we saying both of these are Avril, but people are saying this is Melissa, or is this actually Melissa pretending to be Avril? Because this looks like Avril Lavigne. This doesn't look like Avril, but this is what she looked like in 2002. I mean, maybe it's just the makeup, but I don't know. Maybe that's actually why people believe this, because I feel like I can see these as two different people. It's like the eyes are so different, but it's just the lighting, right? This is like a professional shot, and this is just paparazzi picture. And like the eyes here look blue. These are kind of like a grayish green. And just like the way the eye looks this seems so much different than here. Like you would need a side by side of them with the exact same face, but yeah, this seems like professionally shot, maybe done up in post, and this is just a candid shot.
And shield a reclusive Avril from further public scrutiny. Following Avril's supposed death, her record company allegedly covered up the news and replaced her altogether with Melissa Vandella.
Okay, so not necessarily, I went on a huge tangent about cloning, because I could have sworn the word clone is on the thumbnail, right? But we're just talking about her being replaced by just another human being who just look slightly similar,
to ensure continued profit from her music. Melissa was reportedly trained to mimic Avril's singing and performing styles, seamlessly stepping into her shoes.
So, I mean, I feel like at this point, wouldn't Melissa just be Melissa? Since Avril would have been gone for so long, that she is now just like the embodiment of that.
And thus, the Avril that we know today was allegedly born. Believers of this theory meticulously shared various proofs across the internet. A key piece of this evidence cited is the alleged changes in Avril's appearance over time.
What do you mean, getting older? The 2002-2004 picture of Melissa, assuming that was Melissa and not Avril, it was literally Melissa pretending to be Avril. Yeah, they looked. I could see them being two different people. But Melissa looked like what I envisioned Avril to look like, not the 2002 Avril. But now this just looks like Avril, honestly. But I'm assuming we're saying this is Avril, and then these two are Melissa, question mark. But I think these three look like the same person. These actually look like the same person compared to the picture before, which was two different people. So yeah, she's just getting older? Like what? Hello? Yes? She is old. That's what happens. You look slightly different.
Theorists point to the appearance and disappearance of certain moles and other skin blemishes.
I don't know about that.
One of the most frequently cited pieces of evidence is this promotional photo shoot, where Avril has
The word Melissa on her hand?
the name Melissa visibly written on her hand. This is interpreted as a direct clue, or even a confession, from the supposed replacement. Some theorists have even claimed to go as far as finding discrepancies in her handwriting, further proving a different person is at play.
Are you really trying to sleuth that hard? Is it really that serious?
However, this collection of evidence highlights a common phenomena in these sort of conspiracy theories: confirmation bias.
Yes?
Once individuals are predisposed to believe the core theory, they then actively seek out and interpret any perceived discrepancy as undeniable proof, whilst at the same time dismissing any counter evidence. The Melissa on her hand, for example, could be something as simple as an inside joke, but to a believer, it then becomes a direct admission. The sheer volume and variety of this evidence, from moles to lyrics to handwriting, creates a false sense of overwhelming proof, even though each point individually lacks any real scientific evidence. In fact, there hasn't ever actually been any proven record that a woman named Melissa Vandella has ever existed.
Okay, we're saying the woman on the right wasn't Melissa then? That it was just Avril? Which again, they look completely different to me. Like, I could see why people would think that if we're saying picture 2 of Melissa wasn't actually Melissa, because they look like two different people to me, man. Well,
At least not
vaguely two different people.
before gossip sites began spreading the seeds of this conspiracy.
So again, celebrity replacements is kind of just one of the oldest kind of conspiracy theories. Well, early new millennia conspiracy theories, and it's like the Illuminati stuff. Like, oh, the Illuminati, if you don't follow the New World Order, they kill you and clone you and replace you with somebody else. That's like the tale as old as time. Because that's what I would have assumed we were talking about with Avril here. It's just another, I don't know, casualty of the New World Order replacing you. So you toe the line for, I don't know, Satan or whatever. I think, isn't that a part of this somehow too? Like all celebrities are part of some sort of, I don't know, satanic nonsense and fueled by the Illuminati. And if you don't follow in line with that, and subliminal, why can't I say that? Subliminally, Jesus, in the middle, it's just slurs. Subliminally, uh, like put info into people's minds with your music and entertainment, and they just get rid of you and replace you with a clone. And that's again, that's an old one. So this whole Melissa thing is just like, oh, I don't know if I've heard that specifically. I have heard that Avril Lavigne, I think, has been replaced, but I didn't know it was by a person named Melissa specifically. I would have just assumed it was the standard Illuminati New World Order clone. Also, I don't like how YouTube is just like, or just Google and just your computer's listening to you. Because like when I typed in the cloning guy, I knew immediately what I was trying to look for, like with the sentence that I used. And the second thing was like, can you, or no, it was company that, and the first result from just company that, and then clones pets. That's like Google. Can you not spy on what I am saying 24/7? Because like, how do you just jump to the conclusion that me saying company that, and into like clones pets? Like, how do you just autofill that? I've never looked that up before. I just know about it. And it's like, oh yeah, I immediately knew what I was writing. Like, come on.
But what do you think? Could it be that this was all covered up so nicely and so well that it's almost impossible to believe? Or is it a simple lie spread by the internet? You be the judge.
It was almost like a Nuke's top 5. You be the judge. I'm pretty sure like Nuke says it like constantly, like every clip in his videos. You be the judge. Beyonce next.
Beyonce.
Strange allegations.
Perhaps one of the most persistent and widespread theories involves Beyonce's alleged ties to the Illuminati.
Okay, that's what I was just referring to. Yeah, I'm not crazy. I know what I'm talking about.
This theory suggests that Beyonce, along with her husband Jay-Z, are high-ranking members of a secret society, supposedly the modern continuation of the historical Illuminati, which is believed to secretly control global events. Supporters of this theory frequently cite specific hand gestures made by the couple.
He's doing a triangle, so it must be the Illuminati. Confirmation bias, by the way. She just used that word, but that's the same thing. But he has a triangle right now,
such as the diamond shape, which
the triangle must have to do with the Illuminati.
Apparently is a symbol for Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records. So,
what was that
symbol for Jay-Z's
necklace
Rockefeller Records?
You can barely see it. It's just like a symbol with like 2 lines through it. I don't know what that is specifically. Maybe someone knows it's just like a normal cross or like a special cross, but it almost looked like brimstone when I saw it, which is like a satanic symbol.
So, that's it, right? This one is nothing more than another smear campaign against Celeb Choice of the Month. Well, actually, things do get a little bit darker in this instance. There was a more isolated incident involving Beyonce's former drummer, Kimberly Thompson, who
Okay, so that's who this is.
filed for a restraining order against the artist in 2018.
Not that long ago.
Thompson's petition contained extraordinary claims, alleging that Beyonce engaged in extreme witchcraft and dark magic against her.
Okay. She could just be crazy, or maybe Beyonce was just raised with that stuff. Or maybe some, where's Beyonce from? I would need to know that first.
These claims included accusations of casting spells of sexual molestation and even alleged the murder of Thompson's kitten. Additionally, Thompson asserted that Beyonce was involved in phone tapping and controlling her finances. At this stage, it's critical to note that the judge who presided over the case denied Thompson's request for the restraining order due to lack of credible evidence.
Didn't get a restraining order. Again, you're citing witchcraft, and I think in a court setting, no one is going to accept anything that has to do with magical nonsense, whether it's real or not, because of by base society standards, it doesn't exist. So you can't really make that as an argument, unless someone just eventually comes out like, here's witchcraft, here's how you do it, here's literally an example in real time of it taking effect. And then, okay, so now we can actually cite this as something credible. But of course, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I mean, that's assuming witchcraft is real, right? But in this case, no judge is going to take you seriously because that's not a acceptable excuse or attack. Acceptable crime? I don't know.
And none of these highly unusual allegations have ever actually been substantiated, and Beyoncé herself has maintained a consistent silence on these specific claims.
I mean, why would you talk about someone saying that you're doing witchcraft?
But I think it's safe to say that Beyoncé and her husband don't surround themselves with the most morally upright people.
Is this update enough to say that they were hanging out with Diddy? Is that what you're saying? Is Diddy like a cuss word now? Can we not say the word Diddy? Can we not talk about P. Diddy? Because again, I don't like, YouTube is so oppressive for like language-based censoring. So I'm wondering if she just does not want to say P. Diddy.
Shall we say? More recently, discussions have emerged regarding her long-standing professional and personal association
Okay, she's going to actually talk about
with Sean Diddy Combs.
Okay.
Particularly in light of the significant legal challenges and allegations of misconduct that Diddy has faced. Beyoncé and Jay-Z have maintained a public relationship with Diddy for decades, even appearing at numerous events, parties, and collaboration within the music industry. This connection has led some speculative narratives attempting to link Beyoncé and Jay-Z to Diddy's alleged activities through guilt by association. An example of this occurred when an accuser in a lawsuit against Diddy initially named Jay-Z and Beyoncé as being present at a party where alleged misconduct occurred. However, their names were subsequently removed from the lawsuit after legal teams from both parties reportedly provided evidence demonstrating that they were not in attendance.
Sure, but by evidence, do you mean $1 million? Is that what you mean by evidence? Though, I mean, I don't know anything about the Diddy stuff. I'm specifically have been staying ignorant because I don't really care about any of that stuff to begin with. I'm just assuming he's guilty, and he's probably going to go to... assuming he's guilty, but I think he actually got off with it, right? I don't think he was found not guilty, or I would assume like at least not guilty in a lot of it, so it's like he's not in trouble. I don't know. But I assume the general consensus of society is that he is now considered a bad guy. But the justice system just let him get away with it. I'm not sure. 'Cause that's just what I am assuming is what happened. Because again, I'm not paying attention to this current controversy between about him.
Let me ramble a little bit and get on to some of the crazier theories as we spiral to the end of the Beyoncé section. Some have also accused Beyoncé of being the mastermind behind infamous celebrity deaths of artists like Michael Jackson and Aaliyah, with Combs and Jay-Z allegedly assisting her in these pursuits.
Don't think I've heard that before.
This theory often cites J. Cole's song, She Knows.
She knows. She knows. Hey.
where he mentions these specific deceased artists, and some connect the song's title to Beyoncé's maiden name, Knowles. I'm sure you've seen this theory often played on platforms like TikTok or YouTube Shorts.
Nope. I've not seen it on YouTube Shorts, and I don't use TikTok, so I guess I'm just out of the loop on that one.
With some users suggesting that this is the reason that so many artists nowadays have been thanking Beyoncé in their award acceptance speeches, out of the fear that they might be next.
My artist of my life is Beyoncé, and this album for me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental. Beyoncé, it was so monumental.
Which, just to cover my bases of tonight's video, thanks Beyoncé.
Okay, now it is
Armie Hammer.
Armie Hammer the Cannibal. Armie Hammer is the guy who just shouts a lot in movies, and usually he's like a drill sergeant. I think he was actually a drill sergeant in real life, but didn't it come out that he was like, he did something bad? I don't remember what, but wasn't he actually secretly bad? A bad guy? Like, not conspiracy based, but like just actually did something bad.
The career of actor Armie Hammer underwent a dramatic and very public collapse in early 2021 following a cascade of disturbing allegations against him. Central to these claims were accusations of violent sexual fantasies, including references to cannibalism, which quickly spiraled into widespread conspiracy theories and intense media scrutiny.
Okay, are we not thinking about the same guy? Or are we thinking of someone else?
The initial controversy ignited in January 2021.
Okay, I'm thinking of like someone else completely. So this guy's Armie Hammer. Okay. I was thinking of someone completely different. I was thinking of this guy. He usually plays this kind of character in movies, and I think his name is like Ermi, so it sounds like Army. So I always just thought this guy's name was Armie Hammer for whatever reason. Like, I thought his name was just Army, but it's like ERM something. So it's like Ermi. So I didn't know. So I don't know anything about this then, because I thought it was this guy. Then like maybe I got their stories mixed up. Like whatever bad is happening about this guy, I thought Ermi was doing. Because like who else would be called Army but Army? I didn't realize there's someone named a younger guy, Armie Hammer. That seems a bit, I don't know, overzealous. Like I don't even know how I would describe calling your child Armie Hammer.
When an anonymous Instagram account named House of Effie began sharing screenshots of alleged direct messages from Armie Hammer to various other women.
I feel like did this guy even go to the army? Because I feel like if your parents name you Armie Hammer and you don't go to the army, that's kind of oof.
These messages contained graphic content detailing extreme BDSM fantasy.
I just live to obey, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read all this because it's actually pretty cringe. You can read that. I'll own you. That's my soul, my brain, my spirit, my body. Would you come and be my property till you die? What? Where is the, like, responder? It looks like no one, he's just saying this stuff and nobody's responding to him. What if I wanted to cut off one of your toes? Hello, Army? What is wrong with you? This is a question, but it's not even like a question. So, if I wanted to cut off one of your toes and keep it with me in my pocket so I always had a piece of you in my possession, question mark. Why are you phrasing that as this question? That's not a question. No? What is it? Blah, blah, blah. How they make a documentary about you. Don't mess with my cats. Disturbing documentary on Netflix. It's effed up. Third episode had moments that definitely turned me. Okay. We're gonna have a third one,
including
yeah.
references to drinking blood, cutting off body parts, and explicit cannibalistic desires.
What does he actually say about eating stuff? There's stuff about blood at the bottom, don't... and then... Oh yeah, the cooking is in the paragraph here.
One widely circulated alleged message stated,
Alleged?
"I am 100% a cannibal."
That seems a bit too on the nose. It's like, I am Army Hammer. I am 100% a cannibal. I want to eat you. It's like, okay.
Fuck. That's scary to admit. I've never admitted that before. I've cut the heart out of a living animal before and eaten it while still warm.
Technically not illegal unless you were doing it to torture the animal, but I feel like if you ate it, then you were doing it to consume the animal, and that is perfectly fine unless it's like a pet class animal, then I don't know. Like eating animal hearts is completely fine. Though I guess the implication is here that you ripped it out while it was still alive and ate it. But that's not cannibalism. So do you just not know what cannibalism is? Or are you just saying, oh, I'm so edgy, I ate a heart while it's still warm and beating? Like, okay. But again, the line of, I am 100% a cannibal just sounds so rigid. Like, again, like, I am 100% a cannibal.
This particular statement, whether literal or hyperbolic, within a BDSM context, fueled the most sensational aspects of this cannibal narrative. Another ex-partner, Courtney Vukovic, publicly described her relationship with Armie Hammer as like dating a wannabe Hannibal Lecter.
Okay, sure.
Which, I don't know about you, but if any of my exes ever described me like that, I'd be quite worried. She then went on to claim that Hammer expressed a desire to break her ribs and barbecue and eat them.
Oh, it's not like break them, but that's like attack her, but I'm guessing like actually break them off and then do that. But it just seems to be just super edgy, far. Like, can you even say BDSM? She's saying it, so I guess it's fine to say BDSM stuff. But I feel like it's as surprising as it sounds that like a lot of women would be like, or just a lot of people would be into a wannabe Hannibal Lecter as their partner. I don't actually think that's that crazy of a statement to say. Again, real life serial killers get a lot of relationship based attention, even though they're in jail and everybody knows they've done a lot of stuff. They still get a lot of attention, a lot of simps. So I don't think it's too far fetched to say that people would actually want that kind of treatment, question mark, not necessarily going all the way, but just being talked to like that and like thinking their partner is Hannibal Lecter.
These alleged communications, combined with other reported behaviours, painted a picture of a deeply disturbed man. Following these initial leaks, the woman identified only as Effie, the same individual behind the Instagram account, came forward in March 2021, formally accusing Hammer of SA during a 4-hour incident in 2017. She further alleged that Hammer had been mentally, emotionally, and sexually abusive throughout their on and off 4-year relationship.
Okay, well, did he go to jail for it, or we're just not gonna like press charges or anything? She looks familiar too, but I think that's just, she just looks like someone I've seen before, not actually, I don't know anything about the story.
Which occurred whilst Hammer was married. The Los Angeles Police Department subsequently confirmed an investigation into the sexual assault allegations. which soon brought what some thought was simple internet drama very much into the forefront of reality. Amidst these swirling accusations, a particularly sensational claim emerged. So, back in 2020, Hammer confirmed that during the COVID quarantine, he and his best friend Ashton Ramsey were living together in an abandoned motel.
We still can't say co-19 is, like, we can't say that word because she just censored the word. Like the bacteria, this, is it a virus? The virus, the sickness? She just censored that. Are we still doing that? That's how bad YouTubers are now? We can't even talk about that?
And were undergoing some construction projects together, which was all happening in the area of Joshua Tree National Park. In the time that Hammer himself confirmed that he was in the area, the bodies of 3 women were subsequently found within that 6-month period of him working with Ashton Ramsey. The most notable that cropped up during this time was that of Erica Lloyd. Lloyd initially went missing in June 2020 after embarking on a road trip to Joshua Tree National Park. Her family stated that they'd lost contact with her around the 16th of June 2020, and on that same day her vehicle, which was a black Honda Accord, was found abandoned and vandalised near Highway 62 and Sheldon Road.
I feel like is like the window was shattered there. Whoops. At the top, if you weren't like noticing, because I was just staring at like the dust. I was just staring at the dust, but then I did eventually see that this had been cracked open. I don't know if that was like to get inside. Why would you crack this instead of like this window? But maybe this is cracked too. But it's like, are we saying Army did this, or is this just like it was abandoned? Some criminal passed by, broke into it by smashing the window here for whatever reason. I don't know. I thought you would have smashed one of the side windows, not up here.
Abandoned and vandalised near Highway 62 and Sheldon Road, close to 29 Palms, California. Erica Lloyd's remains weren't found near her car. They were ultimately discovered by hikers on January the 31st, 2021, a few miles from where her vehicle was found prior. Her identity was later confirmed through dental records. Whilst her remains were thankfully located, unfortunately the cause and manner of her death weren't publicly revealed, though detectives confirmed that they believed no foul play was involved in her death. Investigations continued, however, regarding...
Okay, we're just saying she just got, not necessarily stranded, but just, I don't know, just dehydrated out in the middle of the desert or something?
the vehicle, and it was later determined that her car had been stolen from the original location after her disappearance. 2 individuals were subsequently arrested in June 2021 for allegedly stealing the vehicle and initially hindering the search. But interestingly enough, investigators at the time name-dropped Armie Hammer.
Why? Why did they do that? Just out of nowhere? Just Armie Hammer?
And they'd stated that he wasn't a suspect in her death.
Because people were just like saying that he was doing this. Kind of weird to just be like, out of nowhere. Yeah, he has nothing to do with this.
Despite Erica's remains being found roughly a 15-minute drive or so from the Ramsey Motel where Hammer was working. I think it's safe to say to internet investigators like myself and viewers like yourselves, we would consider the circumstances surrounding Erica Lloyd's tragic end as suspicious. The only reason that her name is brought up in conjunction with Hammer is due to the timing of the allegations from House of Effie and the strange amount of disappearances in and around the area of the motel at the time Hammer was there. However, we do need to keep in mind that this is an area of what can be considered desert, and that there are many other factors that can go into the disappearance or death of an individual, especially in such a warm, dangerous climate.
I get like just dehydrated, heat stroke. Like we literally had like safety rules and warnings earlier in this video next to her missing poster. Was it like a missing poster? It looked like there was a missing poster, and then next to it was rules to make your hike safe. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to like find it in here. It was like around here somewhere. But again, you can't just say that it was just any of these natural, well, quote unquote, natural reasons. But it is the desert, and it's possibly like, is that one of the best places you can just leave a body? Just throw it out in the desert and hope it just nobody finds it? It bakes, though. I feel like bodies do end up being found in the desert a lot. But because it's just like empty wasteland, you can just go in there, like dump a body, and then leave and hope that it's never found, or hope that it's eaten by the animals. Though of course the skeleton is still going to remain, so there's still that to identify the person.
In 2023, after lengthy investigations, the LAPD announced that they would not be filing charges against Hammer due to insufficient evidence.
It just like picked a spooky, like a cringe picture of him.
A decision that closed the official legal inquiry into the SA claims against Hammer.
Oh, that's the end. Yeah, that is the end of the Strangest Celebrity Conspiracy Theories. It's a bit short, obviously. It's only 18 minutes. Kind of like a Dark Asia video. I know she does have the Appalachia one, but I kind of did try to watch that one and react to it, but I was like, I don't really think I want to do this one for reactions after dark, so I ended up not going ahead and doing it, but this one was okay. I ended up having enough to say during this one, just because it kind of fits into the whole early 2000s, which I have a lot to talk about when it comes to the 90s/early 2000s. Like, things I have to talk about slowly fade away once it gets later and later into the years. In the Avril Lavigne one, I think I've seen this picture before of Melissa being written on her hands, I think. So I probably have heard more about the Avril Lavigne Melissa conspiracy, but to me it's just the standard Illuminati replacement theory where you toe the line or they replace you. They kill you and they clone you. And then now you just do whatever they tell you. And spread their influence subliminally. A word I cannot say for whatever reason. That kind of just goes into this one too with Beyonce. Like, these go in hand, like replacement theory plus Beyonce, because I feel like Beyonce is like the #1 person who's like supposed to be a part of the Illuminati, and possibly could have been replaced. And then there's a whole reptilian thing. I don't know much about the reptilian stuff, but these two stories kind of go hand in hand with each other, I feel like. And this one, I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know who he is, because I thought we were talking about Ermi. Not this dude. So whatever happens here, I know nothing about this guy. I know nothing about these stories. But yep, I don't know what we're gonna be doing. I don't know what we're gonna be doing next time. It could be something live. I really need to start moving, like fixing my schedule, so that I can just stream rad videos at 5, because it's 5 at 6 p.m. And that would I would save a lot of time and effort on my end to just do it live rather than recording the video and then uploading the video and spending like 10 hours out of the day just doing that, not including the other videos that I have to record and upload. So probably we'll try to start doing that stuff live and hope for the best. So tomorrow could be a Chinaverse video, or it could be a her newest video, the one where it's like someone ends up dead on a porch, and there's like 50 people who could have done it, but we're possibly going to be aiming at an ex-girlfriend or something. I'm not sure. Well, obviously we'll have to watch the video to know, but that video is 2 hours and 20 minutes, so it's going to be a long one. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers, or think about becoming a member, or subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And don't forget we're here with Throne now as well. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr and RaleyDrew and Alex G. Killer 880. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment. You know the do. See ya.